So it's easy to understand that what we don't know might be the reason why we fail to attract the abundance that we desire in every aspect of our lives. But what if I bring to your attention the fact that what if what you do know is actually the reason why abundance is being blocked from flowing in every aspect of your life? In a world that is not stagnant, that is so dynamic, always changing, it's not wise to assume that what worked yesterday is going to work today. Certain strategies and certain ideologies that we held on to yesterday might actually be redundant today. So through this video, we're going to learn how to master the art of unlearning certain things that we just have to say goodbye to, and learning new things that will help us thrive in our times today, right? So if you couldn't do that for 2023, that's okay. Now you have the opportunity to prepare yourself for.
It's my dream, there are no lies. It's cold and dark, just like ice. I'm inside it, left alone.
Okay, so maybe you've probably already heard certain people complain that, oh my goodness, this person is so set in their ways. They just won't listen to anyone else. Yeah, we face those problems, especially in the corporate world. You know, let's say you get new management and they just want things to be done a certain way, and there's no flexibility whatsoever to new ideas, new strategies of how to go about things. That might lead to the fall of that company, or just the environment of that workspace just being completely unbearable, right? So it's the same thing even with our lives. There's certain things that worked for us once upon a time, and that's amazing. It's good that certain things worked for us at that time, but being set in our ways and not allowing ourselves to embrace change can be dangerous, right? So let's start with relationships, yeah? So in the beginning of any relationship, be it platonic, relationships or romantic relationships, there's certain things that work for those relationships, yeah? So if you stop doing those things, then it's like chaos, right? Someone who will start complaining, why do you stop doing this for me? And that. So in that phase, in that season, that's what will work, whatever you guys were doing with your friends, right? But people change, yeah? A year later, if you keep doing the same thing, maybe it's probably you guys sharing a hobby together. If you keep bonding via that one hobby, maybe it's watching Netflix all the time or going to the gym, and that's all you ever do, it gets boring. It gets redundant. It's like people evolve. There's just things that people continue to want, new things, right? Novelty. So then someone that is likely to be successful in their relationship is someone who's able to discern the times and understand that, okay, that time it worked. You know, it was amazing to bond over meeting at the gym and bond over watching Netflix for hours. But then now we've evolved. We've got new priorities. We've got new goals. I'm a new person. I'm not the person that I was 5 months ago. And then if you just want to insist on, no, it worked last month, it worked 5 months ago, what's wrong? Then that's going to lead to the failure of those relationships. But if you're open to change and open to exploring, oh, okay, I see you evolving into a new person, this is what you like, then okay, I guess I'm learning new ways of, making my friends happy or making my partner happy, because people change. Anyone that does not adjust to change will be left behind. So then learning that, okay, this worked once upon a time and it's not going to keep working forever. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what allows all of us to thrive. So if you can apply that in relationships and not insist on things being the same, then it will really, really help you and alleviate massive stress from your life. Okay, so when it comes to unlearning certain things, it's extremely important. We have a culture of consuming information, yeah? We just assume that I don't know how to do this, so maybe I should just learn new things and keep piling this knowledge in my head. That's good. But most of the time, what holds us back is usually our mindset, right? What we already believe, the core beliefs that we already have, the values that we already have, the habits that we already have, what we think works, right? So if you jump into piling new things on top of what's not working, then it's a mess. It's really a mess. So the best way to actually clean up our lives is to have an inventory of your habits and your thought processes, your beliefs, your ideologies. Really examine all of that and ask yourself, what do I believe about myself? What do I believe about other people? What do I believe about life that's holding me back from actually attracting abundance? Yeah. And when you can identify what it is about you that holds you back, then it's so much easier to just alleviate all of the things that are taking up space, mental, emotional, psychological space in your life, and blocking abundance from coming in. Because for as long as you hold on to a certain ideology that limits abundance to come into your life, then it's just going to be that way. But if you can uproot that ideology that is not right, that is not serving you, then it leaves you room to invite new thoughts and new ideas that allow you to massively grow. So something that we often experience a lot in our day-to-day lives is defensiveness. If you haven't accepted that this is not working, if someone is to come to you and show you that, hey, maybe you're not doing well at work because your work ethic is not on point. But if you believe that, no, my work ethic is on point, I know what I'm doing, then chances are there's no room for feedback there. There's no room for input. There's no room for growth. You already think you got it all figured out. So then no matter what anyone is to say to you, it's just coming into a cup that's got holes and, nothing is actually being contained and you're not able to grow essentially. Yeah. So the whole point of this video is to really invite all of us, including myself, to introspect what are the things that I'm so attached to that might actually be holding me back from experiencing abundance. Sometimes it's just a belief, believing that, for example, I don't think, let's say you were separated from your family for a very long time and it's just like, maybe you reconnected and then you're like, oh, I don't believe I'll be able to have a close relationship with my family members. But that's what you know. That's what you believe. But is it true? Have you tried it? And have you felt? Yeah. So if you try, and it fails, then you have factual, facts, that, yeah, it's not going to work. It's not working. But if you haven't tried it and it's just an assumption that you have or a belief that you have that, oh no, it's not going to work, then what is blocking you from building a blossoming relationship with your family or friends or whoever it is that you maybe were separated with for a long time. And forgiveness. I want to talk about forgiveness as well. Sometimes we hold on to the version of people that the people who hurt us used to be. And we assume that the person that hurt us is always going to be the same person. But what if they've changed? Maybe they hurt you 10 years ago, and what if they've actually grown up and matured? But because you are holding on so much to that redundant version of them, you can't actually see the amazing evolved human being that's in front of you that you can potentially build a massive and beautiful relationship with. Yeah. So I really think that it's extremely important to question what we know. It's easy to question other people. It's easy to point out what's wrong with other people, but do we actually point out what's wrong with us? I think it's really important to just have that self-reflection time and think to ourselves, what do I believe about life? What do I believe about money? What do I believe about friendships? What do I believe about career? What do I believe about whichever aspect of your life, my health, that's possibly holding me back? So if we can have that culture of constantly self-introspective and examining what's working and what's not working, then it's easy to listen to other people. Because what makes it difficult to hear other people out is assuming that what we know is right. And that thing that we think we know becomes the very reason why we fail to grow. So then I invite all of us, as we are approaching the new year, year 2024, to think deeply about what we know here. What do I need to unlearn? What are the habits that I need to unlearn? What are the beliefs that I need to unlearn? What are the regular thoughts that I have to unlearn? And what are the new things that I need to, give a chance, give a chance to new beginnings. What you don't know might be exactly what you need, but what if what you know is blocking you from making room for what you don't know? So let's make sure that we don't block that abundance, because you can attract abundance. All you need to realize is you can be your biggest enemy through holding on to things that you should actually question, that you used to think are right and true. Yeah. So I found this really fascinating, guys. I found it so exciting, and I'm excited because I know that there's a lot of things that I used to hold on to, and I just realized, oh my goodness, this is rubbish. So I'm excited to also let it go and see a lot of progress and growth in my own life. And I hope that we can grow up together. So awesome. I wish everyone a great new year. There's a giveaway challenge running. If you haven't seen it, please do invite your friends and let them subscribe to the channel. Tag them in the comment section and let them type the word grow as soon as they subscribe. And the person that gets the most number of subscribers is going to get a prize. So if you can, just watch the shorts video. That's where you're going to get all the information about the giveaway. Otherwise, have a great day and have a good one. Bye.